I saw fire, but I don't know what happened. I mean, why was there fire? What was happening? What caused it? I saw like houses burning, but what caused the fire? What was happening?
You only saw the houses burning. You didn't see them throwing stones at policemen, injuring them, wrecking their vehicles.
That part I saw vehicles. I saw the car, the window screen was smashed.
But there must have been hundreds of vehicles or thousands in the whole country, maybe millions of rupees of damage, because it happened in 20 states of India, about maybe 100 places. Most of the time it always happens on Friday. It has been happening since this religion began. That is I think one of the reason why they collect at one place in one mosque on every Friday. On all other days, you can do it at your home, but on Fridays you have to collect at a mosque nearer to your home. Then they have, like, once in a month you will collect to some bigger mosque. Like this way, once you go to some, like the most important mosque in the country, and once you go to Makkah or something, then so that you can organize thing. If you have to do all these things, and if you are not collecting together, these things are not possible. That's why it is said that a single man cannot commit much sin. It is only when people are collected. Collectively we can do great sins, because then no one is responsible. If you are killing, massacring people, if you are committing genocide in the name of religion or in the name of country, nation, patriotism, then you don't feel that you are doing anything wrong, and you don't feel that you are responsible. You are just a part of the crowd. You are just a hub in the wheel. So, and when you are part of the crowd, level of your consciousness is at the lowest possible state. When you are alone, when you are an individual, then you think what you are doing, what will be the consequences of your actions, what you are going to do, is it the right thing or not. But when there are thousands and hundreds of people together, then your consciousness becomes blurred, it becomes clouded. You are in a kind of intoxicated state. You are almost drunk, and you can be in great frenzy. Then when you are committing violence, your consciousness is in an animalistic state. You are very unconscious at that time. So You may later on repent that what you have done it has happened in spite of you. But while doing it, you have your conscience is not disturbed. So all the great sins are committed by crowd, never by individuals. If you have to throw atom bomb on any country, then you can do it in the name of nationalism, patriotism, love for the country. You feel that it was necessary to save your country, though it was absolutely not needed. Japan was already defeated, almost defeated. Within 1 week or 2 weeks, they were going to surrender totally. So, but when you are unconscious, you are full of revenge. You see all these Abrahamic religion, whether it is Christianity, Islam or Judaism, they are all based on prayer. And any religion which is based on prayer is fictitious. It is like a fiction. You have created your own imaginary God. So everything is based on imagination. Your heaven is an imagination. Your hell is an imagination. Your God is an imagination who is sitting on some seventh heaven. The Islamic God is sitting on the seventh heaven on some kind of round kind of thing, table or something, or chair, whatever. But if he is infinite, if he is without boundary, without limit, then his hip must be coming out of that round table or whatever, because he is the biggest, he is the greatest thing in the world, so it cannot contain him. Or if the table or whatever he is sitting on, or throne, whatever, then if he is smaller than that table, and that means that is bigger. It is greater than the God itself, the Allah itself. And they say that they are worshipping something formless, and they have described its form also. Allah has almost all the human quality. He is very jealous. He is very angry. He wants your help. He needs your help so that he can help you. So any religion which is based on prayer is all based on your own desires, your own projections. He is just a wish-fulfilling tree for you. Whatever you cannot get here, you are imagining it in the heaven, and your God will provide it there. There will be a river full of wine. There will be all kind of beautiful women who never grow beyond 18 or 16, whatever. And they never sweat. Their body is transparent. And you will have boundless, limitless sex. and God will provide you with wine with His own hand. And then there will be young boys also, the Gilmis. So this is a religion of poor people, these religions. Because they are poor here, so they are imagining all kind of luxury and comfort in the heaven. So any religion which is based on prayer will be nonsensical. Because you pray only when you are lacking something. You pray because you don't have, so you are demanding to the God, you are begging to Him. And a person who is a beggar cannot be a really religious person. Only a person who is fulfilled, who is contented, can be blissful, can be creative. Otherwise, a person who is unfulfilled will be full of violence, will be full of anger. Will be full of greed. And because he has not got, he is not creative, he has got nothing. So then he will be very near to the communist also. Workers of the world unite because you have nothing to lose and world to gain. So these people, they know that they have nothing to lose, and they know that they have no ability to create anything. So they can destroy, they can burn things, and they are burning with sexual desire, so they can rape women, because they don't know how to create riches, so they can loot shops, they can be robbers. This is what their prophet was also doing. So they are just imitating him. But what? It is so ridiculous. You go to mosque to pray on Fridays, and always after coming out of your prayer, you are full of violence. You start destroying things. So what kind of prayer was it? What kind of peace and silence you got there? What kind of God you met there? Was it a God or a demon who ordered you to do destructive things, to create all kind of violence? So it is so clear that they are not going there to meet any God. It is all political. Their mullah says, because mullahs knows that their time is over. If they had allowed these Muslims to be really educated, if they have allowed them to become more refined and cultured, then who would have accepted these mullahs? They would have all gone out of job. But at present, and for 1400 years, they have been the real beneficiaries. Only they are gaining. They are cheating these stupid, and you cannot call them innocent. You can call them simpleton people. They have been cheating because they are greedy. They have created the fear in them, and they have created the greed in them. These mullahs are enjoying everything. Here, they have everything. And they are promising these idiots that they will get everything in the heaven. The promise which is never going to be delivered. So only religion based on meditation is real religion, or you can call it spirituality. Because meditation has nothing to do with any fictitious God. Even if you don't believe in any God, it makes no difference. Meditation has nothing to do at all with God. It is a quest. It is a inquiry into your own self. It is a self-inquiry. It is trying to know who you are. What is your nature? And once you know your nature, once you know who you are, once you know that consciousness is your very nature, to be conscious is your very nature, then you realize this consciousness itself is God. You don't need any fictitious God. Your consciousness, there is nothing higher than this consciousness. That is what a sage from Bengal said. Saber upar manus sat, tahire upar nahi. Above all is the truth of man. Beyond that there is nothing. Chandidas, I think was his name. So in our Upanishad, there are 4 great declarations, which in Hindi is called Char Mahavak. These are Aham Brahmasmi. That means I am this Brahm. Brahm is not, you cannot call it equivalent to God. It is very scientific. It goes on expanding. It is like the expanding universe. So Brahm is the Hindu word for truth. So the sage realized that the Brahm and his truth is not different. In his depth, in his reality, it's like the drop and the ocean are one. So Aham Brahmasmi, that means I am that Brahm. Then the other Mahavak is Ayam Atma Brahm. This Atma itself is Brahm. That means my inner depth, my inner reality. Atma means the real I. The real I of mine is Brahm. Ayam Atma Brahm. This very Atma is Brahm. And the third is Tat Tvamasi Set Ketu. Satya Ketu was a disciple. So the master is saying, that thou art, you are that. There is no difference between that. They don't even call it God, that. There is no difference between that and you. You are that. Your truth is the universal truth. You are God in essence. And the fourth is Pragyanam Brahm. Pragya means consciousness. This very consciousness is Brahm. So these people were very refined. If you see, there is no religion which is comparable to Hinduism, because it is called the way of life. It is very life affirmative. Buddhism is a kind of a monkish religion. It is in a way lopsided, that you have not accepted the whole life. The reason is because Buddha had enough of this life. He had lived everything. It's not that you said that he what you said about comfort and all these worldly things. What you said, what was the word you used yesterday? That
He has no more desire for comfort and luxury and physical pleasure and all that.
These are your assumption and projection. Why he will be against comfort? Why he will be... There is nothing like worldly desire and other worldly desire. All desires are worldly. This is schizophrenia. You are dividing life into two. This world and the other world. This very world is the other world. This very world is the lotus paradise. This very body, the Buddha. The vision is created by our mind. Otherwise it is undivided. So it is not that he was against comfort. No sane man will be against comfort. Why you will, if you can get a comfortable chair to sit, why you will be sitting on a thorny, rocky place? If you are not a masochist, if you are not a person who believes in torturing himself, why you will do all those things? But Buddha left everything to achieve something greater. He sacrificed everything, all this comfort. It is not that if you are living with your wife, you cannot attain to enlightenment. But he thought that because he had lived that part, so there was nothing in new. So the same energy which was moving towards these things, all his energy became one, collected for that search. And it could become one only because he had lived it totally. There was nothing unlived. Nothing remained to be done, to live there. So he could renounce it. He sacrificed it to get something greater. If you want diamond, then you have to throw away the pebbles. So our religion is called Sanatan Dharma. Actually, Dharma is a very wonderful, very beautiful word. Dharma means something which you are not holding, which you are not holding as your belief, as your blind beliefs. Dharma is that which is holding you, without which you cannot remain. Dharma means your nature, very nature. The very nature of thing is dharma. Swabhav. That is what Mahavira said. It is your swabhav. Your self-nature. It is like burning something is the nature of the fire. Wetting something is the nature of the water. In the same way, your nature is to be conscious. That separates you from everything else in existence. Even animals have consciousness, but they are not conscious of the presence of this consciousness. Only human being can become conscious of the presence of the consciousness, or aware of the presence of the consciousness. So the dharma is the eternal law which is holding you. And this dharma is eternal. It is not that it begins somewhere and it will end somewhere. It was, it is, and it will be. So, anyone who comes to know dharma is part of the Sanatan. Sanatan means the eternal. So whether it is Buddha or Jesus or Lao Tzu, they have come to know this eternal truth. So they are all part of the same. Great dharma. It all started with the TV debate, where they were debating about this Gyanvapi masjid. So these Muslim scholars and all, they were abusing the Shivlinga. So the spokesperson of BJP at that time, she is no longer the spokesperson. She has been suspended for 6 years. So she said that if you abuse my God, then I will also not remain silent. I can also reply. I will also ask you the question, how can Muhammad went to paradise on an animal which is somewhat similar to horse, somewhat similar to donkey or mule? The name of that animal was Burrak. So, and then she said that your prophet got married to a small girl of 6 years and consummated that marriage when she was just 9 years old. And there are Muslims, they are saying that she abused our prophet. Now the first thing is that they are not saying that she was provoked. Now many people, even like Tariq Fateh, they are saying that what she said is written in our scriptures, it is written in hadiths. And so she didn't say anything which was a lie. But the way was not right. Now, these are just like we are a very repressed society and we want to remain repressed. And when you are repressed, when you are suppressed, then you become very violent. You don't allow a person to be spontaneous, to be natural. How you are expecting her to reply when there is a heated debate and people are abusing your God? She has not transcended her emotions. She has not gone beyond her emotions. So when in such a state, when these people are hounding on her, these wolves are all around. So you expect her to be like say things coolly. Even if she was saying all those things coolly, it is just an excuse. They were waiting for the opportunity. They were waiting to put fire in the whole country, to burn this whole country. So they found an excuse. And after a few days, the BJP, her party suspended her. She is no longer the national spokesperson. But then after that, these fanatic people, they started creating noise that this was like she apologized also. And they say that she didn't, it is not an apology. She just you are forced to apologize, then this is no apology. So they are saying that she should be behind the bars. And on the other hand, they are saying everywhere they are threatening. It is about more than 70,000 threats she has got, that she will be killed, they will burn her alive, they will rape her. And they are saying she is a product of rape. Her mother was raped, so she came. And they will rape her and her sister. So these people, they don't even see what they are always exposing themselves. All the time you want to rape a woman. That shows your real state. If you want to rape any woman, that shows how shameless you are. You must have been desiring to rape your own mother and your own sister. Otherwise, you cannot utter these words. Any person who has even little sanity, little sensitivity, how can a person say these kind of things? You are product of rape. Your mother was raped, so you came out. This is taking revenge. You want to kill her. You want her to commit suicide. You want her to make her so depressed. And you are not even able to see. In 1400 years, your religion has not been able to civilize you even a bit. You are still the same barbarous kind of monkeys and chimpanzees kind of people. But the whole world is blind. They don't see what they are doing. They want to kill her. They want to destroy her. They say that she has insulted their prophet. No one even knows whether anyone with the name of Muhammad was there or not. This is not. Now the scientists are doubting that whether there was anyone called Muhammad or not. Or even if there was Muhammad, about him, whatever they have written, after 200 years, around 200 years after his death, they have they wrote his biography. So then how you know that whatever they are writing is all fictitious or there is some truth in it? After 200 years, no one who lived with him can remain alive. So it is all based on what those people have heard from others. And even if you like something is happening just now in your city, and someone saw it, 10 people saw that event, all of their version will be little different. And then they said to other people, then they will mix their own prejudice, their own, the way they heard it. After 200 years, what can you expect? And if these things are written that he married a girl when she was just 6-year-old and he consummated it when she was 9-year-old. And then there are stories about other, like one small child, she was just on her all four. And when Muhammad saw her, he said to one of his companion or someone who was with him at that time, that when she will be grown up, then I will get married to her. So you are showing your own prophet in such a way as if he has nothing else to do other than sex and marriage. And they themselves have written that he used to go to all his wife, 9 or 11, whatever, in one single night, because he had the strength of 30 people. And in their own religious scripture, it is written that woman is your farmland. So you can enter her from any side. This is so pornographic. These are the things should be written in spiritual book or religious book. And even if he married a 6-year-old girl and then he consummated it when she was 9, if you have any sensitivity, if you are honest people, then you should say that he was a prophet. Whatever he did. We cannot follow that. We are not prophet. So no one can do such thing. But they are using it as an excuse to do all those things. Even now, people are marrying 9-year-old, they are having sex with 9-year-old girl. The Ayatollah Khomeini, he made this as a law that at 9, when the girl is 9-year-old, you can get married to her. And you can have sex with her. You cannot penetrate her vagina, but you can do all other things. Whatever you want to do with a girl, even if he's just born, you can do with her everything except you cannot penetrate her vagina. So these are mad people. And they say that others are insulting their religion. You are yourself insulting your religion by writing all those things in your religious books. You remove all those things. You say that these are all lies. Then why anyone will say anything? What Ayatollah Khomeini said is all nonsense, is all very irreligious thing. We cannot follow all those things. But they are part of this religion only because these indulgences are allowed, where women is treated worse than animals. That's why it has such a big number. Now Muslims, if they are writing in social media, they will say that we are the second largest religion. You are second largest because most of the people are idiots, most of the people are damn fool, they are nincompoops. So, if your number is so big, that is a proof enough that whatever is contained in your religion must be quite third rate. Because if it was something very refined or very high quality, then very few people can understand. In many places there is 100% literacy, but only very few people can do master's degree or PhD. So if religion is very high, the number will be less. The more subtle a thing which is taught, the lesser will be the number of the people who will understand it. It is said about that the theory of relativity of Einstein, only 12 people at that time could understand in the whole world. Now they say that she has insulted our Prophet, kill her. They are asking for her head, they are burning her images. But they are revealing how full of violence, how full of revenge they are. There is nothing religious in them. Islam has not been able to change them at all. They are so barbarian, they are so jungly, they are so uncivilized. And still they have this ego that they are the greatest people in the world. They talk about that our Prophet have been insulted. No one even knows whether he was ever there or not, whether he was born or not, whether he was a real person or not. But you are abusing a real person. You are saying our religious sentiment is hurt. But what about the human sentiment of the woman, whom every day you are murdering her? You are hurting her in such a way, but no one is saying anything that what they are doing is so insane. A helpless woman, and the whole Muslim world is united. This is your religion? This is your manliness? That you are after one woman and you think you have a great religion, you are like a bulldog trying to hunt an innocent lamb, and you think you are doing something very heroic, very great. Any sane man, how can any sane man threat that I will rape this woman? But the whole world should have been standing with her. That what you are doing is so inhuman, so ugly. And how long this will continue? When in these IS people, they cut the head of the people, they make videos, and they think they are very brave people. You are the greatest coward in the world. You are killing those people who are completely helpless. If you have any guts, you fight with the armies of the country, then you will know you are just nothing. Once America decided to destroy this Baghdadi, he was just running for his life, no bravery at all. And the same happened with this man, what was it? Osama bin Laden. Hiding like a mouse, first in Afghanistan, then in Pakistan. And this country was helping this man. It was getting all the money from America and it was hiding this man from America. He just said what is written in your scripture. Calling a spade is not a crime. Now they are waiting that the court will, because FIR has been lodged against her. So now they are waiting that the court will punish her. And this they have been doing everywhere in this Islamic country. If some woman has a sex with someone, then they will stone her to death. Now these are far worse than animals. But how the world is tolerating this kind of nonsense? If a woman will have sex with anyone, she will decide or you will decide. Whether she is married or not married, that is her life. Who are you to decide for her? And what seems from outside is not the reality. It is also because India's economy was again stable after Corona. It was rising high. So many of the countries, they are very much, because all these countries are sick, ruled by sick people. Instead of helping each other to grow, they are all against. They are like enemies. They may even behave like friends, but they are all enemies. And even America, because India was no longer toeing down to it. It was not behaving like a sheep. And the Indian foreign minister has replied to many of the thing which, like America has this habit of poking its finger in the nose of other people always. So they will always say that there is human right violation in Kashmir everywhere. Then this time our foreign minister and other people revealed the whole reality of America. They said that there are lots of human right violation in America also. And he replied to many things also. He is a very intelligent man, perhaps one of the best foreign minister in the whole world. Not perhaps, definitely one of the best. So that must have hurt the American ego. They are master in this game of creating internal disturbances in other country. Maybe China is also funding about this. I'm not very sure, but must be involved in this also. So, and all these Gulf countries have united also because now India is no longer buying that much petrol from these Gulf countries. Now it is buying more from Russia. So some very significant decrease in its buying of petrol has happened. So just to take a revenge. And from India also, many of the influential people, they complained that you should take some step. So now they are trying all these Gulf countries. to create disturbance in India by funding it. And then they are now asking all the Indian ambassadors, they have asked them to explain why it has happened. And many of these countries are withdrawing Indian products. But once India start taking action, because they are all almost totally dependent on Indian food. India is comparatively very gentle, but they should know now it is Modi. Modi knows how to give you pain, give pain in the ass. So, and their economy it is totally based on the oil. Once the oil is finished, Islam will also be finished. So, and then there was this in UP, there was going on this UP investor summits in which investors, industrialists from topmost industrialists from India and abroad had come together. That was also one of the reason, because they don't want Yogi's government to succeed. So if they are trying to prove that this place is not safe place for investors, so they did all this violence when the investor summit was happening in UP, so that they should not come here. But Yogi is Yogi. He is a man of action. Now, last Friday, when they did it, then the bulldozer Baba had not bulldozed their houses. But now this time he said that anyone who has any illegal construction and is involved in this violence, just bulldoze their houses. Only don't bulldoze the houses of poor people, because they are exploited by these fanatic people. They don't know how they are being used. So just leave their houses, otherwise destroy all these people's houses. Now every Friday they are pelting stones. So we should declare this Friday as stone pelting day, as we have days about everything. Every Friday after meeting their God, they will hit the head of other people with their stones, blessing them with their stones. Or we can declare it as the helmet day. So everyone should wear helmet on those days. The real thing is that they are so insecure. All these Muslim knows what is written in their scripture. Whatever she said, it is all, she was not lying, she was telling the fact. But they want to keep it hiding. They want others not to know it. Why you have to hide things? You hide things only when you know that there is something wrong and others should not come to know. You are defending something which is totally undefendable. And this is the greatest blessing of this incident. It is said that every black cloud has a silver lining. So the best thing is that this woman, by her bravery, they have exposed the whole Islam, that it has no depth. They are so insecure. Otherwise, why they have to defend their prophet? Why they have to defend their God? If the God is omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, and all-powerful, then you need to defend him, or he can defend himself. If you need to defend him, that means that you know that your God is totally important. He needs your help. That is what is written in there also, in scripture also. You help me so that I can help you. But this is so ridiculous. Why the God will need your help? He is your creator. Without his will, not even a leaf flutters. Then why you are so frustrated that Modi is the Prime Minister and Yogi is the Chief Minister? It is his will. Not even a leaf can flutter. And about Hindus also, they are so important. They are sleeping in their slumber is so deep that they expect everything that Modi should do. They are so cowardly. Why you have to be afraid of these people? Even if their population may be like 30%, 20%, whatever, their number is so low. But the thing is that Hindu cannot unite on anything. They are totally unconcerned about these things. Their concern is just to earn money, to get a good job and go to West. So when your feet is not on ground, when you are not grounded, when you have nothing to do with the real things, then where you will go finally? This is the only country for Hindus. If they are driven away from here, then they have no place to live. And this is their sickness, that anyone who will do something for them, they are never grateful to him. So they are full of complaint. They were abusing Modi that he just surrendered, he bowed down. What was the need to suspend her? He showed intelligence, he showed sensitivity, that he tried his very best to avoid these kind of thing. If small sacrifice can help the country to grow, his real concern is to make this country affluent, to make this country again rich. So if small sacrifices can help, and if these things can be avoided, these things should be avoided. But these Hindus, they think that all those temples that have been destroyed by the Muslims, now all those temples should be regained very quickly. And they will not do anything, only Modi should do or Yogi should do. If you are so much interested, when they come on the street, they burn things, at least you should protest. Who is stopping you? But you expect everything, that Modi should change everything. Modi should clean even your street and your toilet also, and you just remain asleep. Who is he? Is he your servant or what? And even if he does that, you will not be grateful. Because you don't know how to be grateful to anyone. They go on disturbing the whole country in this way. It is said that this is a international conspiracy that go on disturbing India till 2024, when the next general election will happen, so that the Modi fails totally. And there can be civil war. If civil war happens, then Modi can be removed. If they are planning these kind of thing, Modi should declare emergency. Our right should be curtailed. And all those people who are creating nuisance, who are doing all kind of violence, they should be shot dead immediately. If you don't follow the rule, one BJP leader said that देश के गद्दारों को गोली मारो सालों को. That means those who are traitors for this country, they should be shot dead. So we need to take strong actions. And even if we have less petrol, what difference it makes? One should remain in little discomfort. But these kind of nonsense should not be accepted. They have already divided this country before. And there are other minorities also. They contribute everything. We have a very small minority community of Parsis. Their master is Zarathustra. They are great contributor in Indian growth. Then we have Jews, they have also very small number, but they have also contributed greatly. Sikhs have contributed greatly. Jainas have contributed greatly. So, only this community has all the complaints. Wherever they are just creating nuisance. They should either change or they will disappear from this earth. As it has spread so quickly, in the same way it will vanish also quickly. Okay? Human sentiment is more real than your so-called pseudo-religious sentiments. Your religious sentiment is important. You don't want anyone to hurt your religious sentiment. But you go on hurting others people's religious sentiment. As if only you have heart, only you have feeling. No one should hurt your feeling. But you have this freedom to hurt anyone. This they go on doing all the time. They will go on abusing others people's incarnation, God or anything. The way they go on abusing and no one replies. But once you say even a small thing which is factually true also, then also they are hurt. So they are like Chui-Mui, touch me not plant. This is sign of weakness. This is no strength.
I could feel your frustration for the violence that happened. Like towards the injustice towards this girl, the kind of like the kind of injustice that happened. I could feel your frustration.
Not frustration, this is totally insane. At least in West, they would have all stood with. It's not that the Indians are not standing, but still not so strongly there with her. And it is so ridiculous that she said something, she has been suspended. What more? She has even apologized. What more punishment you want to give to her for just saying few words. That shows these people are so cruel. When they are so cruel to a woman who is just a stranger, then what they must be doing to their own women in their houses? How inhumanly, how even worse than animals they must be treating them. Because inside your home, no one is seeing what they are doing. And when you are allowed to enter women from any side, what must be doing? And it is said that about 13, 14 or 15% of these Muslim population is their mental diseases. Because they get married to their first cousin. They will have this kind of mental disease. That's why they become so violent. It is also not just the religion. It is this unscientific marriage which happens among them. That is also one of the reasons. They are not ready to change at all. They think whatever they are doing is the great thing. They have every right to destroy themselves, but they are destroying the whole world also with themselves. If your life is not changing, if it is not becoming better every day, if you are not becoming a better human being, more conscious, more loving, then you should throw away your religious scripture. It is because of the greed and fear we cling to these things. If you want your life to be changed, then you have to be authentic. You have to be honest. You have to make all the effort. It is arduous. Just by following someone, just being a fanatic fan of someone, your life is never going to be transformed. You have to make all effort. It is a surgery. It will be a painful thing to change your unconscious. From being unconscious to conscious is a difficult thing. Remove your inner darkness. The journey from darkness to light is a difficult.
Whatever you said tonight is I feel is very important for the issue.
Especially what I feel, they are burning the country. That is, you are disturbing the growth of the country very much. This is, if other countries are doing it, then you can understand. But those who are of the same country, if you are doing it to your own country, this is the most idiotic thing possible. You are burning things, you are disturbing everything. And the way you are treating a helpless woman is it's most idiotic. The whole nation should stand with her. The whole world should stand with her. Because she has not done any crime at all. Now many people are saying all the Muslims who are even good Muslims, they say what she said was is written in our scripture. She didn't say any lie, but the way she said, what way? When it is a debate, when it is a heated debate and they are abusing her God, she is also a normal human being. What do you expect her to do? And even then her way was not at all wrong. She didn't even said anything. She said that if the way you are saying all these things, if I also start saying like what your prophet did, how you will feel. But they are not seeing that this man, what is his name, Taslim Ramani, he was provoking her. The anchor was provoking her because they are after TRP. They are the people who first put fires somewhere. When the whole place is on fire, then they say that, then they start blaming other people. She is just a scapegoat. She has done nothing. They had to do all those things. It was a planning for a long time. They were waiting for the right opportunity. The opportunity came. She was just an excuse. She should not have been even suspended. But maybe they thought that if they don't suspend, if they had not suspended, now these Hindus are complaining that why they suspended her. Because the BJP, the government tore down, they bowed down. That's why they did all this violence. How long you will be going down? But if they had not suspended and they had been burning the country, then the same people would have said, because you didn't take any action, so now they are burning the country. These people are so incurable. These people are so sick. He is doing it for you. He is doing it for the country. That he didn't want its growth, which is happening already. The growth has declined little bit. Because if this thing will happen, then the growth will decline. And what it has nothing. Modi has nothing to do with all those issues. It is not for his selfish interest. He is used to living in poverty. Whatever he gets, even that he is not. Is the most uncorrupt politician possible. Even in his prime minister house, if he has to treat his guest, he spends his own money. When he was the chief minister of Gujarat, he used to, from his own, whatever money he was getting, he would donate it for girls' education. And whatever he was given, even now, whatever he is given gift, he will just auction it, and then whatever money comes, he use it for certain public service. Yogi is giving them good massage, good treatment. Really. Because they understand only that they need to be terrorized little bit. In India, there is one great poet and a saint. His name was Tulsidas. He had written a Ramayana called Tulsi Ramcharitmanas. So in that he has said, "Hai bin hot na preeti." That means without fear. If fear is not created within you, you don't understand the language of love. So for common people, they are loving only when there is fear inside them. Only then they behave in a loving way. Because they don't understand the language of love. They understand only the language of sticks. You are conscious, then you don't need fear. You don't need to be made afraid. But these people, their level of consciousness is so low that they understand only the language of danda. You know what is danda? Stick. Just today, some time back I was reading that there was some woman was being eve teased. She was being harassed, so she protested. Then I think they put like throw knife on her or something. She had about 118 cut on her face. These kind of demons, they don't understand language of love. They need real heart beating. If this woman has been hurt in this way, there should be double stitches on their face also. Only then they will understand. They don't understand anything else. Now her face must be destroyed completely. It will need some surgeries. Then also it won't be. What kind of human being you are? Should be in madhouse. Given electric shock. Okay.
Okay.